Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to General Messages for the 23rd to the 30th. Let's get right into this. So Pisces, before we talk about the supermoon eclipse in the south node of Sag and how it's squaring that Jupiter in your sign in Pisces in your first house, I just want to mention Pluto retrograde. I'm kind of wanting to mention this in all the readings this particular week because Pluto went retrograde in April, right? It's one retrograde in your 11th house of goals, friends, people that you are involved with because you want to be involved with them, and your place within your friendship realm and your place within that path, that trajectory that you've had yourself on in your life. And Pluto retrograde is all about digging up what's underneath and looking at it and transforming it. And so it started in April. It's going to be continuing until the third week of October, and it's continuing to hit your house of groups and friendships and also goals and gains. So you might start realizing anyway, if you haven't already, ways in which your role in the community has shifted over these recent years. Even just your role within your friend groups. Now, this can mean letting go of friendships that no longer align with your vibe, but it might also mean that you're able to step into your power and find new ways to stand out from the crowd, within your community, within the group of people that you typically associate with, even in the work environment, just something to make you stand out that's different. Really embrace the leader, your inner leader, as you redefine your goals, because you're not going where you thought you were. And the thing is, I feel like this is so positive for you because of this go big or go home eclipse with the square to Jupiter is going to create a whirlwind in your area of career right now. I mean, beautiful. So Pisces, seriously, bring your A game. Be ready to roll with the changes, whether it's a job change or some sudden news at work or some unexpected but welcome recognition for all of your professional efforts. There are big things happening for you. So nice. Stand tall. Be confident in your talents and your skills. This eclipse is aligning with you in the most beautiful way. It's aligning you with a new path, a better path than where you've been, having to do with that 10th house energy of career, public reputation, and standing in the world. So go Pisces, go. I am rooting for you guys. This is so cool. So we have the energy. Now this first spread is going to be a general reading for career, family, money, relationship, friendship, whatever, okay? And then I'm going to do a separate read. I'll timestamp below for just relationship, okay? So that's how we're going to roll this out. So we have the temperance energy. So whatever you're going to resonate with this, however you're going to resonate with this, there was definitely temperance that was necessary coming in. So if it had to do with a relationship, any sort of relationship, there's some sort of new level of trust and patient cooperation had in a relationship after what was seemingly a challenging time period. For those of you who are single, you may have found yourself very energetically or spiritually pulled towards a partner, a new partner, particularly. Very emotionally intense time you're coming out of, I feel like. Now, if this has to do with career or money, you might have been dealing with challenging personalities at work or challenging situations at work where someone or something was perceived as being too aggressive, too cautious, too sensitive. But patience and cooperation definitely worked in your favor here. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you were being careful with your money, and common sense told you to do that. But remember, temperance is that Sagittarius energy, right? And that's exactly where we have this particular supermoon eclipse happening, is in Sagittarius. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the same time a lot of you guys were experiencing some confusion, because that's something that we don't really talk about a lot. Like when we're getting the temperance energy, we say, okay, we need to cooperate, we need to find moderation, we need to reconcile some differences, we need to heal something. But it's typically something that maybe up to a certain point you wanted to make a change in, but you didn't have all the information, or you didn't fully know everything in a particular way yet. That's the Sagittarius energy, and we're going to be feeling that in the supermoon because it's in your 10th house. You might have been feeling kind of confused, feeling like you didn't have all the information. That's something that's an element of Sagittarius that we really don't talk about a lot. We talk about higher mindedness, higher education, foreign land, foreign cultures, travel, negotiating, all of that. And all of that's true. All that's true. But there is this element of indecision decision. And it's not because I can't make up my mind. It's, no, I don't want to decide yet because I don't have all the information. And it's that kind of thing. Okay. So that was coming into this energy. So we have the current situation. Wow, look at this. We have the Three of Swords, but it's being challenged by the Star. So the Three of Swords is the card of pain, right? This is Saturn and Libra energy. So we're talking about Libra. It's relationships, it's contracts, it's any sort of contractual kind of thing. So it could be marriage. It could be somebody that we feel we have a soul contract with, or it can be a literal contract having to do with a business or something like that. And us being really bummed out, you guys, all Pisces, being really bummed out about maybe something not working, where you almost feel betrayed, or the pain of a truth comes out, some sort of confusion, some sort of depression might have even set in after something not working out, where you were put in a space where it's like, all right, all I can do really is kind of like face the reality of the situation and just move on. Just move on from the shock of the situation. Yeah. And so this is being challenged by the Star. So the Star, first of all, having to do with money, this is beautiful energy. It's about money luck. You know, work that you do begins to pay off, you know, because you've handled yourself well, like you've considered your long-term goals, you've prioritized well. But now the pain of this truth is being challenged by the Star. So you may be having a hard time processing the reality of something that didn't work out for you, whether it has to do with a relationship, whether it has to do with some sort of business situation, because the Star energy does mean all of these things, right? These things coming towards you, but it's this idea of destiny at play. And you might be having a hard time accepting the fact that something didn't work out because destiny stepped in, because like it was the kind of thing where rejection was protection for you. That relationship, that business situation, something you were being protected here, right? Because I do feel like you felt like something was really going in a very good direction, or you energetically felt like perhaps a person was your soulmate, or, you know, because this is very much like a soulmate energy. This is also the energy, if you're not with anybody right now, that it's really time to go out and open yourself to connecting in a really healthy way. But you may still be working through some sort of pain in the past, releasing somebody that you think, you know, you may be soulmates with somebody that for whatever reason you can't be with them right now. Whether it's that they're involved with somebody else now, things just changed, you know, maybe here. You know, whenever we see soulmate energy, we always say, God, look for the lessons in it, you know, look for the lessons in it and just appreciate the time together. We do have this idea, though, you just want to be flipping happy. You just want to be happy, right? Crowning energy, family contentment, benefits of security, great time for family partnership. Anything that you're putting your energy into that you really want to happen, this is you being working really hard, finally coming together. So this could have anything to do with romance, business, family, any area of communication, anything like that. So something not working out, but then you sort of like recalibrating yourself and something going really quite beautifully. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is really good. So if this does have to do with relationship, it's getting over past obstacles and getting what you want, right? Really like a thoughts becoming things kind of things. But very auspicious energy for new beginnings, clear thinking in work, clear thinking in love, any area of your life, really, immediate change to your circumstances for the better. And you're thinking very clearly, which is what I like, very mentally agile. You're just showing up, right? You're being assertive. Just make sure you're not aggressive, being assertive in something. Just make sure you're not too zealous in something, right? But there's some sort of decision that you have to make. I mean, you're showing up as a lover's energy. So you might have a Gemini energy like all over you. Could be. This could be the energy that you're working through. You might be dealing with a Gemini. This is choices, though. So if this has to do with career, this is choices, right? One option might seem easier, but you want to look closer to make sure that it's the best thing for you in the long run. Like, don't make it all about just the money. Really think about the different aspects and be like, all right, is this the best thing in the long run? Whatever it is. Leasing to someone, renting to somebody, selling to somebody, signing that contract, working out that deal, negotiating that contract, or even relationship. Because the choice, how this shows up as choice in relationship, if you're dealing with somebody, this is recognizing that the relationship needs work. And everybody's got to show up the same in order for it to really work. Can't be like, 10-90 or 20-80 kind of thing. Nothing's 50-50 all the time, but if you can linger around that where at least everybody's owning their stuff, it does seem like you would have the blessing of Archangel Raphael to really help you through. Now, for those of you who are in a situation where you're single, this is an energy that says, Pisces, keep doing some really good work on yourself, because that will help you lift those energetic blocks that end up getting in your way, where you end up maybe pulling energies towards you that aren't good for you, sort of saying, you know, get out, keep out, to energies that are potentially healthy for you. You know what I mean? So it's working on yourself in a way so that when you're ready for relationship, when you're ready for that new thing, you're energetically available for it, right? So that's what you're at right now. The energy that's surrounding you. Now, you may be dealing with the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles energy might be surrounding you. So if this is an influence, if you're with somebody, this could indicate marriage. This could indicate money coming to those of you who are coupled. This is very good financial management as a general influence. This is a very fertile time period, a very sensual sex life. So nice energy to have as a general energetic influence. If this is a person you're meeting, this is a great, reliable, supportive, affectionate, generous, what other kind of adjectives can I say? Just a good person that you could see growing in a situation with, which is really, really nice. Yeah, it's good no matter how we slice it there. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles as your challenge. Ooh, you're just so ready, burning under your toes to get something going here. As this is your challenge, which is patience, right? It's like putting in the hard work to something and honestly feeling like something is going to pay off, right? So when we have this in the challenge, it could be giving up too soon. This is your challenge though. Giving up too soon, feeling like you're putting a lot of work into something with not enough rewards. You might be in this space where you maybe even feeling energetically lazy regarding something. Could be relationship, dealing with that situation at work, whatever it is. But this could be a challenge for you. But you know what? This is just in your internal psychology. Nothing that you can't work with. We have the near future. Four of Wands. Beautiful. Freedom. Creativity. Strong foundation. Success after completion. Very celebratory vibe. Very celebratory. You know, Four of Wands comes after Three of Wands. And Three of Wands is one of the marriage cards. That's why we call this the honeymoon card. So, you know, we could be dealing with the marriage here and then the honeymoon. So congratulations to those of you who are resonating with it like this. The Four of Wands can also indicate either a new partner opening up their heart and expressing how they feel about you in a really positive way, a lot of affection, really, and it's just being shared beautifully, and you feel like, okay, like this is going to be a strong foundation kind of thing. For others of you, it's you stepping into that next level of your relationship. Really nice. I just want you to think about the Four of Wands like this: leveling up. Something that you've been working on, saying, all right, we're going to level up for a stronger foundation. That's what we're doing together. We have the Two of Pentacles. There's some sort of confliction here, right? This is the energy of negotiation, which is, we're all negotiating right now with the supermoon eclipse in the south node of Sag. We're all negotiating. Now, you're negotiating between your 10th and your 4th house, I feel like. So the 10th house of career and the 4th house of the idea of home, the idea of maybe working from home, buying a home, selling a home, somebody that you live with, or just the idea of really looking square in the face of how safe and secure do I feel in my life right now. Because we can't separate those two energies, right? 10th house and 4th house work together, right? Because you're standing in the world is going to inform how safe and secure you feel in your home, right? I mean, it's hard to separate those two. But you're feeling a sense of lack in something. So whether it's satisfaction in that particular role that you have at work, whether it's should you buy a home, should you sell a home, should you change jobs, should you do this, should you do that, it does seem like you're going to be faced with some sort of situation. But you are concerned about your security, and you're in this mode of self-protection right now. You've been through a lot. Nine of Wands. You're in a strong position, but you've been through a lot. You fought long and hard in something which has really, really exhausted you. But you're going to have the perseverance to keep going. This is temporary for some of you. This feeling of, it's working with the Four of Pentacles, feeling like you need to defend yourself because of your finances, I feel like, or feeling like you need to defend yourself because you're not willing to open your heart 100%. You just want to make sure that you don't stay there, because that really is by all rights considered maybe a low vibe mindset, and you don't want to do that because you want to be able to stay balanced and pull yourself out of something, because whatever's happening here, you're going to be met with success as long as you stay balanced, though. Have a careful approach to something. Respond to things as things are rolling out. Don't react. Don't be too flippant. You know what I mean? Because remember, what comes after the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands, right? And then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, proposal coming in. Things speeding up, blocks being lifted, decisions coming in. You might have been waiting on something to move forward, or maybe a decision having to do with work, or waiting to hear from somebody or something like that. But this is like a very fire up your ambition. Come on, let's go, let's go. Nice energy. Some of you, if you're dealing with the Knight of Wands energy, they're very creative, they're very innovative and inspirational and motivation, lots of stories to tell, but they could be impatient, and they could make very snap judgments about people based on first impressions. They're very charismatic and very talkative. We have the Ace of Pentacles, very nice. Awesome for every area, really. This is every area. Happiness and contentment, very nice. Getting what you desire, money coming to you quickly. You're shown how to achieve something that you want. Another foundation of stability energy. We got a couple of these. They just don't doubt whatever good thing is coming your way. Stay super open. Ten of Swords, of course. We had to have a Ten of Swords somewhere. Because you've been feeling very, very emotional. What needed to be tempered? Whatever needed to be tempered here, it's done. This thing is D-O-N-E. You are done. Ending. There is a history here. The finality and the release of something here releases you from the frustration and the stress, even if it hurts like hell. It's the end of a really difficult time period for you. So now you can move on and you can transform it into a healthier energy, fresh eyes, new mindset, all that fabulous stuff. Yes, working it out with the Magician. Beautiful Mercury energy, right? The Magician is straight Mercury. Who does Mercury rule? Gemini, communication. Virgo, problem solving. Conversations to solve problems. Yes, yes, yes. We love it. So this is about deepening of communication and connection and relationship, understanding each other well so that you can have a meeting of the minds. Awesome. In career or money, new beginning. There's some sort of new direction in career. This could also indicate some sort of inspired leadership. So I'm just vibing that a bunch of Pisces, or I don't know, are you like, maybe your boss isn't coming back and they're like, Pisces, here you go, you're the boss, or something. I'm getting such a leadership vibe. And good for you. That's the case. We have the Knight of Cups that's clarifying this. So not in reverse. So the Knight of Cups in reverse can indicate unrealistic expectations about something. So just be careful there, because sometimes Pisces, right? When you're in your shadow space, that can happen. Sometimes unrealistic expectations. Clarified by this Three of Wands. Yeah, there's no question. Something really good is coming in. Whether it's some sort of thriving business opportunity, it's a very busy, intense period. This is an indicator for, like I mentioned, a wedding, an important relationship, moving on to realized plans. But you might be dealing with some sort of unconventional person or situation where maybe you met them online, you guys don't live together, or some sort of unconventional situation in the workplace, or you're doing something that's very, very considered like an unconventional thing. You might be working with very unconventional people. So it's Sun and Aries energy. Let me just see. Two of Cups. This is awesome. So this is a mutually supportive relationship. This is a great conversation going on. So the great conversation is going on maybe between you and colleagues, you and a boss, you and a partner, you and friends. This could indicate new passion coming in if you're single. This could indicate a positive proposal coming in from a partner. So this could be you want to get married, you want to go out, you want to have a baby, you want to buy a house, you want to fill in the blank. Very mutually supportive energy. If it has to do with work, it's like straightening out any sort of money issues, time issues, anything like that. If there was any sort of difficulty, things getting better, harmony returning, there being a nurturing to this here. So I really like that. I'm going to end with those there. Let me pull a couple of closing oracles, and then we'll go on to relationship. Keep this good stuff coming. Spirit, keep it coming. Pisces wants some love right now. Some good, beautiful, loyal heart. Awesome. So whatever is happening is really going to end up being good for you, right? That is loyal heart energy. You're between worlds right now, but we knew that because, of course, right? What are you tempering? If you're not between things, you're between worlds right now. Let me pull one more. All that glitters. Oh, you know what? I'm glad we got this, only because we did get the Knight of Cups in reverse. So all that glitters is not gold. You know that saying, right? So this could be us attaching a narrative onto a relationship, a job, a situation, attaching a narrative that we think it might be. But understand that just because something looks great at the onset, like this person who I'm meeting for this relationship, they seem to have all the boxes checked, or this new position seems to have all the boxes checked. Nothing is perfect, right? So recognize that if you're starting to feel like, oh my God, this is perfect, this is amazing, not saying it's not, but you don't want to set anything up on such a high pedestal where it's way too easy for it to fall down from grace, okay? Just be super realistic when it comes to whatever it is that you're dealing with now. Whoever, whatever it is, okay? All right, my friend, so that's what I have for that. Now we're going to go on to relationship. Guys, if you like my energy, please think of subscribing, liking. I remember to say that like once every 2 months. I'm so bad at promoting myself. Anyway, all right, let's get into this. Let's get into this for our Pisces friends. Well, you got Jupiter in you right now in your first house of self, so there's a lot of expansion that wants to go on. We've been talking about this. We have a hole in the soul. Why does that keep coming out? It doesn't matter how much I shovel. Not keeps. I think like you and maybe like 3 other signs. So if you know your other placements, definitely check those out. Letting go. Pisces. Pisces. I'm sorry if you're feeling like you're in a space where you need to just kind of let go of something that didn't work. Okay. Hole in the soul, that's tricky. Feeling this emptiness, knowing that you have to let go. Trying to figure out why maybe something didn't work. That's always hard. It's painful. It's hard. It's complicated. It's complex as anything, right? Especially if we know the situation really wasn't that healthy for us. Why do we still want that sometimes? Well, there are many reasons for that. I'll do another video about that maybe. Ace of Wands, very nice. It's being challenged by the King of Wands. Pisces. Don't be too caught up in something needing to be perfect. Okay? You're perfect the way you are. Because we have the Ace of Wands. This is fabulous. This is a new chapter of passion. But it's being challenged by the King of Wands, which is like, this is a great energy to express what it is that you want in relationship and really going after what you want. But you can't allow the idea of perfectionism to get in the way. Either you expecting a situation to be perfect, or you feeling like you need to be perfect. And this is where we go back to the letting go. Where might that be cooking from? Was there a past relationship where you felt like you weren't enough? Or was a past relationship so really by all rights and in many, many ways such a satisfying experience for you and so positive in many ways that you're almost looking to get that feeling back with somebody else, right? It's always so hard when we feel that way, right? So hard. Ace of Cups, new. Nine of Pentacles. Wow, very nice. Yes. Pisces, sometimes, friend to friend, you know this. You know this, but sometimes we have to hear it. Letting go of someone that we cared very deeply for is one of the hardest things we can do. And it's so hard to see past the pain to get to the root of what in our soul did that person fill that we're either not able to fill ourselves for some reason, or we just need to, you know, allow that space to just heal and know that nobody else is meant to fill that part in our heart, right? We're meant to just sort of love the person and the situation for what it was at the time, whatever we thought we were in, you know, but there needs to be at some point a reckoning between the narrative that we create on relationship, that we project on relationship, because we all do it. There's always 3 elements to every relationship, always. There's you, your experience, your perception, your past, their experience, their perceptions, their past. And then what happens is 2 people come together and they start projecting, because it's part of the human condition. It's like, oh, you know, he's so kind to me, so loving, he'd make a great father. He'd be great around the house. I want to get home with him and let's have, you know, happily ever after. You know, I'm just giving that as an example. We start projecting these natural narratives onto the relationship, and then we start to create the fairy tale. The 3rd element, though, is the relationship, which is where the challenging part comes in, because that's where the empathy and the understanding has to happen. We have to fully be able to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and not agree with them, not to agree with what they do, how they think, none of that. It's just more to understand. It's all about understanding. And that's why a lot of relationships don't work out. You may be a person who can do that, where you're able to fully empathize with what another person may be going through. You can very easily, because you're a water sign, and water signs can typically do this quite well, put yourself in the energy of that person, literally in their shoes. You might not like what they're doing, but you could certainly understand it. But if that person's not able to do it back for you, it's very difficult to have a successful relationship. And a lot of times we're challenged by doing that, because it requires us dropping our egos, right? And it requires everybody, and it requires us being really open and not afraid. Really open, accepting, and not afraid. So it's very hard to do that, right? So that's why a lot of relationships don't work, because they're not meant to, because not everybody is on the same page in that narrative that's been created about the relationship, right? Okay, so fine. So then the relationship ends. But then what do you do with all of those stories? What do you do with that book of stories that you've written about the relationship? You can't bury them, because they're only going to resurface. So you have to kind of go through everything. Look for the lessons. Figure out where you grew from it, even if it was messy and if it was a nightmarish story, right? It was still a story that you lived. And there needs to be this reckoning between this idea that if it didn't work, that person was just not meant to be in my life in that way, and I need to accept that, and now I need to move forward. And this is really hard. And the reason I'm explaining this, besides the letting go and the hole in the soul coming into this energy, was confusion. There's confusion I could see between 2 paths, because it's about negotiation, needing to make a decision what to do regarding more than one path. You know, feeling a real sense of lack in this connection, and needing to decide what to do. Should you be single? Should you go with that person? Maybe you're feeling lack in being single. Should you try to get back with that energy, right? This is maybe the conversation that some of you are having. Reasoning between 2 things in a relationship that you're already in. Do you want to continue in? Do you not want to continue in it? So we already addressed the King of Wands challenging this new beginning, this idea of perfectionism. Then we have the Ace of Cups. So it's beautiful energy. I mean, honestly, beautiful energy. If this has to do with, you know, even if something's not perfect, this is really, if this is an existing relationship, there's a lot of strong love and support here. At the very least, it's just indicative of being able to grow yourself in some sort of relationship. So this can indicate a new relationship, getting pregnant, because it indicates pregnancy or fertility, the ability to grow. Falling in love, anything like that. For those of you who are maybe single, lots of spiritual growth right now, a very creative time. Something that matters a lot to you coming to fruition. And some of you may just be doing some solid work on yourselves right now. Maybe focusing more on your career because of the supermoon eclipse, right? As we do have the 9 pentacle energy here. So this is about comfort and accomplishments and success and all of that good stuff, but through independent endeavors, right? Finally meeting a healthy connection after doing a lot of solid work on the other side of this. 9 is the number of productivity. So I feel like a lot of you are meeting somebody new, but there's confusion. This is you. You're the 7 of Cups right now. Choices and confusion, extreme confusion, right? And as I mentioned before, we're all feeling confused because we feel like we don't have all the information because of the supermoon eclipse in Sagittarius, right? And that, again, is hitting on May 26th, just so you guys know. But we're feeling the energy now. There's no question, right? But you're not sure what's real, what's not. Things feel up in the air, even though you do feel like you're kind of at the beginning stages of something. So it's like you might be, because I do see some sort of new energy coming in and you feel the newness, but you're like, I don't know what this is. You know, it's fear though. Venus and Scorpio, there's a lot of fear there. It's definitely transformation. And then we have the energy surrounding you. The Death card. So this is the energy surrounding you that's influencing you. So the Death card is Scorpio. This is about endings and beginnings and transformation. So a relationship may have ended, period, or a relationship may have ended to later then be transformed. But you might be in this space where you're not with somebody right now, but it's not really over for you. Like energetically, it's just not. And you're having a very hard time letting go. But then like this new energy wants to come in. It's like, okay, what? Like the Empress energy is your challenge. You know, to have the Empress as a challenge, like we got to look at this, right? Because this can indicate several things. Okay, for some of you, this could be some sort of other issues, maybe financial or domestic issues, creating some kind of really disruptive stress in your life, or maybe even issues with fertility, some sort of dysfunction having to do with that. This could also have to do with having a really hard time just moving forward. Period, right? Because think of it like this, right? The Empress is the mother of the tarot. She's straight Venus, and it's about expansion, right? As the mother, what does a mother do? Mother gets pregnant, cultivates, you know, the seed and the child, and then grows, births, does it again, always perpetually pregnant. So it's always this idea of growth and expansion, and this is your challenge. This is your challenge. So for some of you, it can quite literally be you're having a really hard time getting pregnant, or there's some sort of sexual dysfunction which is blocking you from being able to have the type of fulfilling relationship that you would really like. For others of you, this is just feeling a general inability to really grow in a very healthy way. It's very interesting though, because this is in your personal psychology. So it's like you're feeling inside like this is an issue. We have in the near future the 10 of Cups. So this is beautiful. I mean, this is like family contentment. This is benefits of security, you know, actualizing them. Great energy for just partnerships, whatever you're working on, just finally coming together, everything coming together. So like the 7 of Cups energy, where you're kind of scattered, are coming together here. Good communication, good romance, family, nice. So, you know, somebody kind of wanting to be that. But then we have the Moon energy. So this is like about confusion and disappointment, feeling like somebody let you down. And that lack of trust that the relationship's going to work ends up leading you to make a decision about the relationship. So we have the Queen of Cups. We are really having that conversation about what you need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. Such a loving energy, so loving. And then this could have to do with marriage, the idea of marriage, or at least expectations and the ability to conform to something. But this can indicate that it's over. We have the Hierophant, and then we have the 10 of Swords. So this could be the ending of a relationship, the ending of a marriage, the ending of something as it was. And what's interesting though is like when we get the 10 of Swords energy, there is a sense of release or relief, because even though it's painful, the finality in the release of something releases you from that frustration and stress, even if it was hard. Fool, brand new. Let's go, new path. Uranus energy, focusing on the future. Page of Pentacles. I hope you're meeting this person, because this is a very hardworking, reliable person where there's a strong potential for success in the relationship. Very nice energy for connection. Judgment. Ooh. Now we get, I don't know, we're getting a little tricky. I feel because love, you're assessing love, and it's shifting into a new phase. So for a lot of you, you're going to be moved to reconcile with somebody. If you think the relationship is worthwhile, if not, keep them in your rearview mirror. I always have to say that. I'm not telling you to get back with somebody. I'm giving you the weather here, right? And if you're single, you might revisit an old relationship to decide if it's worth trying again. But some of you may be sort of still in each other's energy, you reconnect. But whatever it is, there's this idea of assessing. So for a lot of you, the assessment could be like, look, we did the best we knew how in that relationship when we were in it. We all did. Everybody worked with the tools in their toolbox at the time. So since that, with that in mind, let's everybody forgive ourselves and each other and just go our merry way. It's really healthy about, it's really about not forgiving and forgetting, even if you're not getting back with somebody. It's about recognizing that no matter what somebody did in the moment, they believed in that moment that they were doing the right thing for them in that moment. We don't have to like it at all. But it's about saying, all right, I don't like how it made me feel. I'm sorry if I made you feel a certain way, if that's relevant to your situation. But now let's just everybody forgive whatever it was and move on with a clean slate in our lives. Take care, kind of thing. So some of you are going to be reconciling. Others of you are going to be sort of reckoning with the idea that something didn't work and just not allowing that energy to be carried in your soul anymore. 3 Cups energy, very supportive energy. This is the number of creation. 3 is the number of creation. Really good for emotional healing, a lot of supportive energy here. 6 of Wands, beautiful. This is awesome. Feeling shared, being well received, positive communication coming in that deepens the connection between the two of you. 4 of Pentacles, you're going to be very self-protective. You're going to be very protective of self. And you know why? Because you learn your lesson. You learn your lesson, Pisces. Temper it. Temper whatever it is that you're giving. You know, like all water energies are kind of like, hey, you know, open, emotional, right? Let's go. It's a very easy energy to get very serious with very quickly, right? But here, you know what I see? You protecting yourself. Because you've learned your lesson. The world is beautiful energy because you've learned your lesson. I love it. Totally learn your lesson. Now, as long as you are, I mean, this is happiness, fulfilling, loving, beautiful. As long as you're not in this space where it's like you're never going to allow yourself to open up again. You want to be careful of that. But no, I mean, yeah, don't give away the farm for free. Don't give everybody all the information straight out of the gate. Taking it slow, taking it slow. That's the way to go. I don't get these kind of readings a lot. I really feel like this is for a Pisces who's like not in a serious relationship right now. Maybe where you're in between relationships, but there's definitely this healthier transitioning into something. I love that we have a lightning with the wedding rings. Pisces, guess what? I think you're getting married. Hold on. Hold on. Well, let's go. You understand that these are metaphors for, you know, other situations that could go on. But we have girl with the snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Ugh. Being charmed or used. Oh, no. Okay. And clarifying that, it's sabotage and rebuilding, repetitive. That's over and over again, trying to make something work. Then we have coffee cup. So things go out, so maybe things ended and then you guys get together in coffee cup and you have the conversation, but then we have the snake is clarifying that. Competition, enemy, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. So somebody was being very sneaky, whatever it was. Then we have Cupid's arrow. So here we go. We have Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming in. Surprise, invitation, meeting, hesitation. So something's coming as a surprise. And the relationship evolving to the next phase. You're healing your inner child. You're growing from this. This is allowing. There is a lot of letting go and there's a lot of growth here because of relationship coming in. We do have the wedding rings. This is union, wedding, everlasting promise. But clarifying the wedding is the lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise epiphany, upheaval, transformation. So some of you may be marrying somebody new or somebody that you really didn't think that you were going to end up with, you end up with. But I feel like it's a quick thing. It's always quick. Just make sure you're not running into another relationship to escape the pain of a past relationship, only because that'll end up rearing its head later on. But hey, at the end of the day, you do you, whatever you feel like. This is the weather for you, my Pisces friends. I hope you found this helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.